And three, two, one. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Insert Party Name here. I love that as soon as I press record, I hear someone reaching for something plasticky. Y'all will
It
love
wasn't
that.
me. It wasn't me.
We're back playing our D&D shenanigans. We finished the Haunted Mines last time. It was horror themed. And just a reminder, when it comes to horror, you're not afraid to be alone in the dark. You're afraid of not being alone in the dark. So, hope you sleep well tonight.
Well, honestly, if the monsters make noises in the night, just make weirder noises and louder noises, and that upsets them.
That is very true. We have an adventure today. It's modified from Pathfinder. It's called Plunder and Peril. What that will entail, who knows? As always, support your local gaming stores. Support your friends who play D&D and Pathfinder. And hey, go get some dice. Y'all deserve it. Now, of course, we're going to do our annual who's going to do a recap from last time
Annual.
first. Yeah, it's a weekly annual thing.
I'm not that far gone. I haven't had that many drinks.
First up, this is going to be great. Liz.
Wait.
Okay, you.
I don't think the dice do shit.
All right, first off, I will say this. I numbered it based off who came into the chat first. I was 1, Sierra was 2, you were 3, Joseph was 4. I rolled a 3.
So you always roll 3. I'm always 3rd in the chat. Hold on a second.
I don't think you can see it, but it's a 3.
Liz, if it'll make you feel better, do you want me to go first?
No, I'm going first, but it's going to be real short.
I challenge you, 10 seconds.
And go.
We were in a cave. There were ghosts. We fought the ghosts. We got...
Sorry, it didn't sound like you said fought.
We fucked the ghosts. We fought the ghosts. Found the robot. Got real lost. Jumped a cavern. Didn't need to. Tried to jump the second one. It worked. Tried to come back. We just said that I got back. Yeah, I did a lot of stuff that didn't really matter. Nothing really happened for me. But we did find a robot. Supposedly. I wasn't actually there for that. I was, as I said, jumping into a hole and getting pulled out, but not letting the other person know that they were pulling me out. You're welcome, Sierra.
All right, that was 50 seconds. I'm actually more impressed. Next up, Sierra, you're up.
Well, we're in the cave, just trying to find this robot. We get to a water where we try to jump, and Sharon got kidnapped by a ghost lady. Yolene and I jumped across, hoping to get across and run, to cut her off instead of going down the water, because we weren't sure about the water, but we didn't ever get there. I jumped across another cavern, and then all of a sudden this hand of Yolene hands me a rope, and next thing I know, she's jumping it and falling. So I have to catch her, and it's just like, oh god. I ended up finding a lot of jade horns, but still no way to get to Sharon. Found a ring that would have been helpful at the, at the start, but end up arguing with Yolene to try and go back so we could help them, but it was weird. So I jumped back across, and Yolene is just walking back and forth along the ravine until Sharon gets her. We find Machio and Jin, and they have the robot and the weapon.
And time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm next. All right, gang. We decided to go continue down the haunted mines. Good buddy Sharon was kidnapped by this scary lady in the lake. I immediately ran, threw my shield to Nim, and I jumped into the water. And then that's all I remember. I remember waking up, and our good friend Jin was helping me get back to shore. I was told I was the one that defeated her. I don't remember any of this. And for some reason, Nim was very concerned that I got angry. Don't we all get angry? Odd. I don't remember any of this. And then my Nim senses were tingling, thinking that she was going to get an aneurysm very soon. Turns out, I was correct. And now we collected our money and we're ready for our next adventure. But all right, and Sharon, back to you. Go.
Well, we had been in the caverns looking for the Robo Boy Goy, the son, kind of son, pseudo son of one Dr. Arineth Gareth, and I was trying to jump over a ravine when all of a sudden this creature screeched up and she did grab me, and she gave me a bi-weekly creek bath. I was not happy. It was too soon, and my echo beat the crap out of her, and we found a goy. We brought him up, and Dr. Kareth paid us cash money. Also, I believe I found the weapon of my grandmother. And I'm German now. Oh.
All right.
You found the weapon, so you reverted back to German.
Hopefully that recap was helpful. If you're a continuing fan of watching this, thanks for watching. If you're brand new and that was your first description, I'm sorry.
It only gets worse from here.
It does. Oh. So, it's a new day. It's a brand new morning. Before anything is mentioned to any of y'all, what would you guys like to do before the day officially begins?
I'd like to sell the jade horns I have.
Okay. How many do you want to sell?
All of them. I have no use for them.
Oh, jeez. And they were
9. You said they were 250 a piece.
All right. If any of you want to sell your jade horns today, you're gonna be receiving 2250, 2,250 gold.
And then that 5,000 gold was split between us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Which is, oh, good. It's 1,666.66666666. So have fun.
All right. So you're doing some shopping. Anyone else want to do anything?
Liz would like to do a lot.
No, I have.
I would like to find the local elixir mixer and purchase some potions.
What kind of potions?
Well, of course, some health potions. Perhaps. Is there any others of note that I can see? If not, that is okay, and I will go with just my health potions.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check. See if you could sweeten the deal. See if you can find any other potions.
Perfect. Here comes the 20. I got 4.
No. What you see is what you get.
That's understandable. I will take. Actually. Excuse me, how expensive are your health potions, both of the standard and the upgraded?
Well, we only have the standard. As he kind of
Very
looks
good.
at you, kind of eyeballing you, they're going to be 50 gold each.
Very good. Here you go. I'll let's see. I'll take out 2 platinum coins and set them on the counter.
Yeah.
I think that's 200, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait, is it? No, a platinum coin is 10 gold?
Shit. Then I'll take out more platinum gold.
Give me let's look this up real quick.
The electrum throws me off. The answer is I'll pull out the money for 4.
All right. You pull enough money for 4 of them. Yes, platinum pieces are about 10 gold.
Oh, okay. not as impressive as I was hoping. Then I pull out 20 platinum pieces.
Holy cow.
Like his eyes widen up. He quickly grabs the money and gives you the potions, and he gives you a nice little bag, a little basket for them.
Much thank you to you, and may your potions not blow up in your face as you create them in the future.
Oh, of course, sir. Your business is your money's always good here. As the day goes on, you guys are shopping. Every now and then, even this morning, you see Machio kind of just like hands behind his head, just like thinking, looking up into the sky, just kind of like muttering to himself. At one point, he's just thinking to himself, Sharon got an awesome weapon. I'm glad I could help him with that. Yolene seems a bit more talkative and more adventurous, and that's pretty cool. But what about Nim? Something about me getting angry bugged her. And he's doing like a very loud monologue. And then he turns his eyes to the bulletin board. His eyes widen. No way. No way. And he smiles. He grabs the paper that was on the bulletin board and he runs back to the tavern.
While we were shopping, is there in that shop a climber's kit?
Yes.
Could I buy that?
Yes, you can. It is the price of whatever it is in the player's handbook.
It said 25 gold,
It
so I
is
just want
25 gold. Yeah, you can buy it.
Okay, then I buy that.
Yes.
I buy that shit.
Can I, at the tavern, I want waffles, but I don't want to pay for them. So I'm going to go up to like some random dude who looks real desperate, and I'm going to get him to buy me waffles.
Oh my god.
Okay, give me a persuasion.
Persuasion. Where are you, persuasion? There we go. Oh, a +6. I don't mind if I do a 22.
Jesus. All right, so it's like, oh yes, of course, of course. You take a look at him. You can tell he's like some kind of merchant, but not from this local town. He's from far away, and he's like, of course, it's a great day today, so by all means, barkeep, put her on my tab, and you get your food.
I'll sit with him because I feel like he's a nice person. Look at my waffles with him.
You can tell that to kind of describe what he looks like. He's a very tall, dark man. Kind of has an accent that's very distant from this land. Very friendly. He's smiling, and like it's a very welcoming kind of persona. Not very scummy or in any way. You can tell he's genuine. Like, oh yes, let me pay for your food, of course.
Does he see Yolene as a long lost daughter?
We will
I
see.
hope not. God.
Yeah.
All right.
Never had.
Anything else from shopping, or real good?
Nope, I'm good with that. What? I didn't do anything.
I'm good.
All right. So as you guys return, Yolene is finishing up breakfast. Both Nim and Sharon are coming back from shopping, and then you hear a door slam from upstairs in the tavern. Marching down is Machio without his armor. He's wearing one of those like old school 1950s bathing suits with like it's like goes over the shoulder. It's a one piece with the lines.
Oh god.
It's like, he's like, guys, I have an idea. Group huddle. And you can also just looking at Machio's skin, he has like all these different scars and everything, and it's just kind of like this is the first time you've seen him without his armor. And it's like, look, we've been working very hard, so I was thinking, let's go to the beach.
Are you suggesting a lakeside bathing times?
Not exactly. It's more of, the ocean. I feel it'd be a great time
S1E10.
for us to just hang out, relax, maybe see what's going on. If there's an adventure out there, sure, why not? But I feel we need a really cool day off. I'm sure Scar would appreciate that. He calls out for Scar, which is the little pseudo dragon we all forgot about.
Yeah, I keep remembering I have Scar and then forgetting to use Scar.
It's like, hey,
So I'm
Scar,
full Scar.
how would you like for a couple of hours to have a sandcastle of your own domain and territory?
Yes!
See, Scar's behind it. It's gonna be really fun.
My castle with my gold.
And the man who was paying for Yolene's food starts giggling. You're a very funny man. A very funny tiefling. A terrible liar, though. Much is like, liar? I mean, this is for something fun. That I believe. But he kind of scans Machio up and down. Ah, I see the symbol. A cleric, aren't you? Yes, I am. You're here for the rum. The fuck's it called? The Rum Punch Festival, aren't you? Oh man, you just had to spoil it. Any questions so far?
What is a festival of rum?
Not exactly. Machio pulls out like these glasses he has hidden, puts them on his face, and this is the most intelligent you've ever heard Machio speak.
Where were those glasses hiding?
Not important.
Never mind.
You don't want to know where that pocket is.
Machio goes and explains, the Rum Punch Festival is an annual religious tradition honoring Caden Callion that is celebrated primarily along the sea. It commemorates a Sargavan slave escape that occurred many years ago at the port of Crown's End. The escape involved 3 large slaver ships crammed full of slaves captured by the Sargavan docks and the Bandu Hills, bound for sale at the slave markets of Blood Cove. However, prior to setting the sail, the crews of the ships gathered for a celebratory drink, each consuming a few mugs of rum. Surprisingly, the crews of all the 3 ships got worryingly drunk despite consuming no more rum than usual. Many slavers fell unconscious in positions that left their key rings dangling within reach of the slave ships. As the slaves freed themselves, 5 small seabirds flew past the ship. A few worshippers of Lucky drunk among the escapees to the amazing potency of the rum, as a sign of Caden Callion himself, the god of rum, the god of alcohol, and the god of fun. You added that in. Yeah, I know, but it's cool. Had intervened to help them out. So every year they have this festival to celebrate and commemorate many things. Freedom. Commemorate the joyness of Caden Callion coming in and helping us out. So in his honor, they have a festival. And Macho takes his glasses off. And it's one of the festivals I have yet to go to. I've been to many different cultural things. And I think there might be something in for it for all of us. The man sitting there is like, ha ha ha, I like your spirits. If you do decide to come by, find me in town. The name is
Caden?
Anya Wobbly Sabra, or just call me Anya for short.
Anya.
I am one of the festivity holders and would love to have you all there. Lots of fun. You might meet people from distant lands who might tell you stories about different magic and weapons and how to activate them. You might find people who you never met. Maybe you want to sail across the sea, and it just celebrates freedom. Well, one day, hopefully I see you all there. The man pays for his food. Good day, everyone. Remember, look for Anya. As he leaves, Machio speaks up. That I was gonna say that, but anyways, but look, Sharon, your new weapon. Maybe we can find some people there who can help us activate it.
That is the one thing that did pique my interest was learning the secrets of my great grandmother's beautiful weapon.
Yolene, you enjoy things.
Yeah, I'm so glad you know me so well.
Oh yeah, things here, there, and people's no squares.
Oh, yep. I'm glad you caught on to that.
And
Yep.
and Nim, he kind of like whispers this one to you. I know that you've always wanted to find a place safe, and hopefully this is a place where you can find a place that might be safe, somewhere we can understand how we can get freedom.
Yes, but we don't need to wear bathing suits, do we? We can just stay in our armor, right?
I mean, I was still hoping for the beach, but we can skip that. That's fine. He
We
starts.
can still go to the beach. I don't really want to wear bathing suits.
That's fine. He's like, he quickly grabs his armor in his backpack. When he comes back, he knows there's like a little dot of like sunscreen on his nose. Well, shall we?
Sure.
I believe we shall.
All right.
You seemed the most enthused, and so I suggest you lead the way.
So you guys head to the beach. As you head to the beach, you notice that there's a bunch of ships coming in, docking at the harbor, and a lot of different people from around the world are showing up. Some who look like merchants, whether they're poor, very finely dressed. Some kind of look like pirates, but they don't seem hostile at all. And sometimes just kicking back, relaxing. You guys feel energized, so you do get a full long rest, so you're fully healed.
On our way there, because Nim is getting tired of looking like Denala, she's changed her face to what she's used to looking like, which the ears kind of have a weird look to them. Like they're not quite human, not quite elven. She has more of a, again, human elven face and more chestnut colored hair with green eyes instead of looking like a high elf.
Okay. So would you say you still look like an elf, or you're changeling
It depends. Like if you're looking at her and you think you see more elf, you're going to see more elf. But if you think she looks more human, you're going to see more human.
So half elf to be kind of safe. Okay.
Kind of.
So you guys are just kind of enjoying the day. It's very relaxing. Scar is enjoying his brand new sandcastle and dominating all the hermit crabs that are kind of just sitting around.
Nim is happily, indulging Scar by putting little gold pieces everywhere for him to collect.
Scar is very happy. Love it. Scar is very happy. Everyone's kind of enjoying the day. And, it's starting to get closer to like late afternoon. It's starting to get to nighttime. And you see people are starting to gather around the different towns nearby. Machios brings up, well, it's time for us to go. Let's go check out this festival.
I grab Scar.
Scar kind of gives a little resistance, just like kind of holding back out for the sandcastle. It's like, no.
I've already collected your gold. It's time to go.
Fine.
Does Scar have flame breath?
Not yet.
What does Scar have?
Probably
Scar's
like
pseudo dragon.
hallucinant breath. Is he an actual pseudo dragon? That's what I always remember it being.
All right.
He's just cute. Is mainly what he is. He's my pet.
So the town curves along the shoreline, spreading across bridges and a few small islands sitting in the deep blue bay. Small, well-made wooden buildings ring the harbor. Festive flower and palm frond garlands hang from various buildings. Bridges and statues, vessels of varying shapes and sizes jam nearly all the town's long piers, and the great number of ocean-going ships lying at the anchor render the outer harbor nearly impossible. Throngs of revelers, many wearing masks, carouse through the town while singing and drinking from frothing tankards. Everyone is having a good time. You hear a familiar voice. Ah, friends, welcome to the town of Lillywhite, favorite home of Caden Callion. As you see, the Rum Punch Festival is a truly blessed time. Hope you've been enjoying your day.
The day has been fantastic, and hopefully tonight shall be rumtastic as well.
Scar's just sitting on my shoulder at this point.
Anya comes up to Scar. Ah, cute little pets right here.
There's no need to be insulting. He doesn't mind.
He kind of like he pulls out some like little bits of like jerky and kind of feeds it to Scar.
Scar bites it, but he also tries to get part of the finger too.
It's like, well, Macho looks up. Well, what's first? Let me show you around town. He takes you to the Founders Square. 4 bridges, one in such despair it can barely be traversed, connect to the southern point of the small island, both the shore of one's bay, other small islands. Its hard-packed earthen paths are obviously heavily traveled by townsfolk. At the center of the area is a 15-foot-tall wooden statue of a grinning man armed with a rapier, hoisting a mug into the air. To the east, a similar stone statue stands on an outcropping of rock of the bay, though it is closer to 20 feet tall. Anya kind of looks at all of you. It's like, well, a lot of the festivities will be here. If you come back here, there will be a parade later, so I hope you all catch that. There are some festivities that are currently happening at Callion's Keg. A lot of merchants, a lot of sailors, and a lot of travelers are currently there having a drink or two. And I heard there's a couple events happening, so definitely enjoy your time.
Probably will.
I do have one question before we depart.
Of course.
I know that the rum is the main focus, but I was hoping that perhaps there would be a tuber-based drink, maybe normally vodka or something.
Vodka?
Oh, if vodka's what you want, might I say you try the Lucky Drunks Challenge.
I will at least view, if not maybe participate. We shall see what it is, but it is of the potato and not grain variety, yes?
Well, there'll be a variety, but I'll let them explain the rules.
All right, then I shall view the festivities, yes.
All right. So, people are like, there's different merchants, vendors, a couple of things for like people who can't drink. There's a lot of like food, festivities, mask making. Best way to put it's kind of like a Renaissance fair in a sense.
Nice.
Do you all head to Kalian's Keg?
Yeah.
We would be part of that non-drinking group. He
All
doesn't
right.
drink.
All right. So I'll go ahead and come back to you about what you want to do.
Well, she'll come join them, but she doesn't drink.
Oh, that's fine. This large building is clearly masked as both a temple of Caden Callion and a functioning tavern. It is well maintained and freshly painted. The doors in its broad doorway as held open by wooden pegs hammered onto the ground. There's no sign of the doors have closed any time recently. You hear a couple of people like, welcome! Ha-ha! They all raise their mugs and everything. It's like, adventurers, please come in, everyone's welcome here. It's like, what brings you in?
I have come to see the festivities and perhaps partake in some tuber-based elixirs.
Oh, you're here for the Lucky Drugs Challenge.
I have heard such things, and I was directed to at least. I was told I should participate. What can you explain to me the point of this challenge?
Of course. So, the tradition of Caden is he makes the best tasting rum, the best tasting alcohol, and as the festival shows, it was his rum is what helped the prisoners escape. Now, we do a fun little drinking game. Who would like to participate? First off, Machio raises his hand. Ooh, I always wanted to try this.
I am happy to join.
He's like, wait, 1 second. He rolls through his bag. He gives Nim a scroll. At any time I pass out or stop breathing, use this.
Well, wait, stop breathing.
Yeah, just kick me on my side. It's a scroll of lesser restoration.
Oh, God.
Well,
Okay, don't die. Please don't die. I mean, alcohol is not that important.
As you
Well,
say
yeah,
that,
why-
everyone
Do you
it goes
have
dead
issues
silent.
where you're-
It goes dead silent in the place. Like, what did she say? Macho jumps in. She's joking. She's joking.
Do you have issues with your throat closing up in the middle of drinking these drinks or something?
No, not at all. It's just I hey, big guy. Just to let you know, I'm actually really good at drinking. I have a pretty strong liver.
Well,
I mean,
then,
ever since the
perhaps
barbecue.
tonight you will be win.
But yeah, I totally would love to join this. So it's like, anyone else like to join?
Yeah, I want to drink.
All right.
This one out.
So here's the game.
I guess I'm the designated driver.
Which is ironic in a sense. You're the one currently drinking at the moment.
Drinking right now.
So, everyone who participates sit around the table. You are offered, you pick a drink from the tray. Now, you have our simple basic ale, or you might grab something that's a little stronger. Perhaps a vodka or some kind of rum. But there's also one that's very special. That's the strongest you'll ever taste. Now, to be out of character, how this is going to work. You're going to take your con score, your modifier. So for me, I have a +3. I'm going to double it so it'd be a 6 and add 1. So I can drink 7 drinks before I have to start rolling to see if I start getting tipsy. Now, here's the catch. Some of these drinks are more potent than the others. If you roll and get a good drink, it's only worth 1 drink. If you roll, there's one that has double the strength, so that counts as 2, and there's 1 hidden drink that counts as 3. So, your job is to outlast all the other patrons, and there's also a standard prize, and then also trying to go for the high score. The high score is 11 drinks.
If we were playing in person,
Oh, you dominate.
this would be a hell of a fun game to actually drink in person.
Ooh, I got this, guys.
It's like that. It's that potion game.
Die after the first drink.
It's that potion thing at TikTok. I sent you that one time.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So those are the rules. I'm gonna make separate roles for people playing. If you're trying to go for the high score, the prize is 1,000 gold.
And to buy-in?
Nim is just cheering on.
All right. So let's go ahead and get out your D20s, everyone. Let the drinks begin.
Oh, God.
I accept.
You kind of see Macho getting hyped up. He's like stretching. He's kind of warming up. Like, all right, we can do this. We can do this. So,
Machio, I know that you think that you're a hot shit, but be careful, for poisonings of the liver is real, and you don't want to disappoint the one that finally boils you.
I've been boiled. I've been speared. I've been barbecued. I've been everything. A little alcohol can't hurt me.
Oh, no.
His tombstone. A little alcohol hurt me. All right. So take your current scores. I have 7. What do you have, Sharon?
So is it my con saving throw?
Your
or
modifier.
Is it my... How does he have 7?
Because his modifier is 3. I double that, then add 1.
Oh, right. Okay. So 7.
So what do you have?
7.
7. All right. And Yolene?
And you double your modifier, add 1, right?
Yeah.
So 7.
You have a 3 con?
My con is a 3.
One of her
Wow.
best stats. She did not build the primo bard. She built the bard that that would stay alive.
Yeah,
Okay.
Efrain, I have a better bard than she does.
Not true. My bard is doing real well. My
You've what,
plus,
+3 to your charisma?
I have a +9 to my performance.
Oh, honey, I beat you.
Well, then you made us shitty whatever the heck you are.
All right, everyone roll a d20 and tell me the result.
20 plus con bonuses, or
Yeah.
just straight? Okay.
Oh no, just straight roll.
Okay.
Uh,
8.
No bonuses. I got a 14.
All right, so Sharon, me and you, we got a drink that's worth 1.
shit.
Yolene, you actually got you got one that has a bit of a stronger punch to it. You had 2. Some of the townspeople, they had a pretty solid drink. Some of them had one that doubled their intake. But there was one guy who got the 3, and he is messed up right now.
Oh, poor
Loser.
baby.
All right, round 2. Everyone's cheering. Everyone's going off. It's like, yeah. Round 2.
William's holding on to Scar.
What did y'all get?
2.
9.
All right, so both of you get a drink that's worth 2. So
Okay.
you both are at 3 at the no. Yolene is at 4. Well, Sharon's at 3. I
Yep.
am at 2 because I rolled a 10.
It's I'm at 3 and he's at 4.
No, you're at 4.
What?
How did I got 2 last time and 2
Yeah,
this
you
time.
got 2 again.
That would be 4. 2 plus 2 is 4.
Liz, what are you drinking right now?
Second round. Everyone is hyped up. They're cheering along. A couple of people have already faded away and bounced out of the competition. What did you all roll? I got a nat 20, baby.
For
What's
round
good?
3,
Round 3.
4.
Shit.
7.
Die.
What was that?
7.
7. All right. So both of you get another drink that's worth 2.
Oh, God.
I get one that's worth 1.
8.
So you're at 6, Liz, and you're at
5.
5. Some of the patrons of the bar, one of the host kind of looks at you. All right, everyone, how is everyone doing? Goes over to Yolene. Tell me, you look a bit tipsy. Any words for this competition?
I'm always tipsy. I'm great. This is fun. I'm drinking.
All right. Wise words from a wise bard. Now we're going to go over to this giant man right here. Yes, you, sir. That is you, Sharon.
Yeah.
Any comments on this competition so far?
I'm currently attempting to take my breastplate off, but having a little trouble. Excuse me, would you happen to be willing to help a man out and unhook the clasp upon my back?
Oh, yes, certainly.
It's a little warm in here. I did not expect the potatoes to have as much power as they do, and it is fantastic. I am finally ready to enjoy myself.
All right, and they go to Pacho. Any words so far? Oh, I feel fine. This was going to be a breeze. All right, round 4. Roll a d20. Nice.
9.
This is the best I've ever done here.
What?
5.
Both of you get 2 to your drinks now. So that brings you to 8, Liz. So now
7.
you have to roll a Constitution check for each round.
Cool.
Same with you, Sharon.
Yeah, because I'm on. Yeah.
Everyone's starting to get tipsy. Roll another d20. See what kind of drink you get next.
Technically, I'm tipsy on this one. I got an 18.
I also got an 18.
All right, I got a nat 1, so that's 3 drinks towards me. You see Machio take his drink, and he's very confident. But this one hits him hard. With a nat 1, he gets the one that's worth 3 drinks. And you can tell he's a bit stumbly. He's like, okay, guys, that one was... Ooh. He's like breathing hard. He's pulling on his little swimsuit, just trying to like kind of relax. Both of you give me a Constitution saving throw. And see if you stay in the competition.
22.
Okay, you're good.
Oh, what?
13.
All right. Unfortunately, Sharon cannot hold his alcohol. So, in this case, Sharon starts to fade away, and he kind of sits on his ass. He is eliminated from the competition.
I'm going to go outside and take a little nap.
The
Jim
crowd...
comes over to collect Sharon to sit by her so he's not wandering off.
I got you.
Inside is too hot. I must exit and breathe fresh air. Good night. And I basically just the door will open and fall flat on my face.
Everyone's going crazy. They were like, what? The big guy's out. The big guy's out. They go up to Yolene. Yolene, any comments on what just happened?
I'm winning. I am
Winning.
superior alcohol-wise.
You're superior alcohol-wise. Then they go over to Macho, who got hit hard with that last drink. You, Tiefling, sir, how are you feeling today? Oh, man. Oh, Sharon's gone. He's really 3 goblins. Oh, my goodness. He started just saying utter gibberish. All right, next round. Go ahead and grab a d20. We'll see what you get.
9.
All right, we both get one that's worth 2.
Nope.
So you got to go ahead and roll a Constitution save. So do I. Whew, yes.
You got a text message. Text messages are cool.
16.
Ooh, unfortunately for you,
What?
you start to fade out. The alcohol starts to sip in. You sit out. You are eliminated from the competition. Everyone's cheering as Machio is the last one standing. It's like, Machio, you've already secured 250 gold. Would you like to attempt to go for an extra 1,000? He's looking down. He's looking up. Didn't we have a Lullafell in this group?
God.
He's like looking
At
around.
this point, Nim is trying to make the abort move across
He's
the
gonna-
like, no,
he-
don't.
He's going to have
don't.
a perception check, see if he sees you.
I'm gonna also be next to him going, do it! Do it!
So I rolled
Tony, stop.
Matthew, don't you dare give up. You can become the
You're
biggest
out.
winner.
All right, next one. Macho gets a good drink as he goes up for round 7. He takes the drink, and he's going to make a Constitution saving throw. See if he stays in the competition. Yes, he stays in the competition. And it's like, oh my God, he's keep going. This small little tiefling is just keep going. Any words? Yolene's mean to me. She says nasty things.
Be smarter and
Oh,
talk.
no. Marcio, no.
You're right. She isn't always mean to me.
No, that's not what I said.
What?
Marcio.
Go and give me a charisma, like persuasion.
Me?
Yeah, as he's gonna try. As you're trying to tell him no, he's gonna. Oh shit! He with the disadvantage, he can barely perceive you, as everything's starting to get blurry.
Persuasion.
Can I also roll persuasion?
I rolled
Yeah,
a
go for it.
17.
I am gonna roll nat 20 with a +6.
It's like,
Hell yeah!
though, yeah, I at least got to try one more.
Hey,
Seven's
hey,
a prime number.
Liz, can you give him like a little buff? Like, good job, you're gonna do it, buddy.
Oh yeah. Hey,
I don't know if that's legal or not.
hey, Ralphio Macchio. Hey, boo boo. Listen, you got this.
Thank you, random stranger. As he pulls his next drink, he gets an easier drink. Let's see how well he's doing. Oh, he's still conscious. He's just kind of looking around, and like he's just murmuring words under his breath as he's like hunching over. He's still trying. Anyone want to make a perception check to try to hear what he's saying?
No, I'll do.
Yeah, hold on. Perception. Do I have a disadvantage?
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
19.
Okay. So you hear him just muttering. It's like, why do people cook me? Does Nim like flowers? Oh man, why is it so hot in here?
Stop. You don't need to go for any record.
Macho, my man, you got this.
Jolene, stop it. You're going to give him alcohol poisoning.
Macho,
No, I believe
earn my
it.
respect right now.
Go ahead. Roll me a persuasion check from both of you.
I got a nat 20 with a +7.
Damn.
I got a 12.
19.
He kind of like looks up. As I don't want to disappoint their religion and their traditions, but you're right.
No.
You're right. He kind of like
Macho,
raises his
point
hand in triumph as he's looking up, and he's looking at like different bar stools. He's like looking at one stool. Thanks for listening to me. Maybe I'll find out how Sharon's really 3 goblins. You're right. Yolene isn't always mean. Maybe Nim might like flowers. What's a Lalafell? He's like just talking to different things. And then like they give him the consolation prize, which is 250 gold. And it's like, you. And he kind of like just sits on his back looking up.
Macho.
Sits on his back. Hell yeah.
Everyone like quickly grabs him and like kind of like boast him up like, yeah, yeah. And he's like, oh damn, please give me the scroll.
Oh, I give him the scroll. Like, I've slammed into his chest. Like, please, for the love of God, just...
He
Oh my
slaps
God.
it on his chest, and the sickness starts wearing off of him. He's like shaking his head. Okay. Okay. Everything's clear. Did I win? What happened?
You've won enough. It's good enough.
It was like, wow, I have a lot of money now. Oh, this is awesome. Everyone's like cheering him, patting him on the back. Like, this is cool.
Yolene? No. Shush. If
I,
you wanted to win, you could have held your liquor better, but no, you don't get to do that to other people.
as someone that's on fire, like you would have done more. One more.
Yolene,
do
you
one
go
more.
to bed. Yolene, you're drunk.
You're drunk.
Amazingly drunk.
You're drunk.
I haven't had a drink all night.
You're drunk.
It's like,
I
well,
slowly start herding Yolene out the door.
it's like,
Oh, I think you said hurting.
I heard the same thing.
Herding. As in,
I'd
I'm
like-
taking Machio and her, and then I'm going to collect you, and we're going to get you someplace safe where you can sleep off this hangover that's going to happen.
It's like, look, this
I
is
am fine, thank you
so
very
fine.
much.
I think I could go find a man.
It's like Macho speaks up. Look, there's a bench right there. That's where the parade's going to start, and it's in the town square. This is a great place for them to kind of sober up.
I set them both there.
Macho,
Good luck.
Macho kind of giggles. It must be weird being drunk. It's not like I do anything embarrassing.
Oh, Machio.
What?
Sweetie. You talk to empty bar stools.
Oh, I hope I didn't say anything revealing.
Not too bad. It's what we all thought.
Oh,
But really, 3 goblins?
it's a theory.
Um,
He
I
shows you
weigh at
he shows you the
least
notes
7
he's had
goblins.
of like how it's very plausible that Sharon's really 3 goblins in a fur coat. He's not really a
Oh.
bugbear.
Well, also, Machio, Dahlias are my favorite.
No. He writes them down, looks around. Damn it. The flower store is closed. The parade.
So yeah, I had all 3 of them corralled on this bench then.
So they're both kind of like enjoying the parade at the same time, like kind of like have that light little buzz. It's just kind of laying back. The parade is wonderful. There's floats. There's people in different costumes and masks just dancing around. Macho has one of the biggest smiles on his face as like, he's generally a happy person, but he's like this is like hitting close to home for him. He's enjoying. And as festivities are starting to wind down, Anya comes to the podium. Ah, isn't this a great festival? What? Everyone's cheering. Everyone's hooting and hollering. Um, Everyone's just kind of going wild. And all of a sudden, you hear an explosion go off near the stage. Nothing, no fire. You just hear a big boom. Everyone stays quiet as a woman starts walking on stage. As soon as this woman starts to walk on stage, every man with a hat takes his hat off. Every person with a mask takes their mask off and kind of like open their eyes in amazement.
I do not remove my face.
I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna be like, "Woo! Yes!"
I stop you.
There's people who are trying to stop you from clapping, like, ooh, ooh, shh, shh, shh. As this woman walks up to the podium, she looks at every single person, looks at all of you. She has a little chuckle as the gunshot rings across the whole land. This woman standing there, holding a still smoking pistol. Now, certain she has the attention of everyone present, she addresses the crowd.
I pull out my bow really quick, just in case.
It's like, I'm Captain Verosa Lanteri of the Magpie Princess. And I have a business proposition. I've recently discovered the secret to finding the lost treasure of Captain Gemma Redclaw. Everyone starts like whispering, I heard it was a legend. No way. I knew she'd be able to find it. She puts her hand up to hush down the crowd. I'm looking for a few strong hands to help me secure it. This can mean anything for you. Money, fame, freedom to roam around the seas and the lands, secrets of magic, finding a place to belong, anything you want. This is the mission. This is the job you want. The first team, individual, or a group of people to reach my Bozoon's table on the 2nd floor of the God Revels Inn, down the harbor, will have the opportunity to receive an officer's share of old Captain Redclaw's gold. Everyone is like you can see
what direction is that?
not important. You know where it's at. You've been.
You
run.
two are both so drunk you don't even realize what's
You
going
start
on.
running.
I just start running. Yes.
Okay, give me a second. Let me finish this up, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
She kind of pauses and sees you running there, like, well, okay.
And
Seems
just
she starts
softly,
laughing.
like, push
Someone
people
wants
out.
the job. Well, your time for fame, fortune, and whatever it is you dream of is finally here. And of course, she grabs her pistol, shoots it in the air. Well, hop to it. The game has already begun. So,
Trust her.
So Sharon, you just started to run like crazy.
Yeah.
Tell me, you got a couple of options. This is another skill check. I'm going to give you 2 options, and you're going to tell me which one you rather choose, and then I'll tell you which skill you have to use in order to use it. So I'm not going to tell you what it is off the bat.
Perfect.
I will have someone pick for Machio because I can clearly read what what skill it is, so someone's got to pick
Ooh,
for
I'll
me.
pick for Machio since I'm the only really sober one here.
All right. So,
You're the least sober player, so whatever.
Yeah,
Sharon, you kind of got a
character,
head.
I'm the sober player, not so much.
Sharon, you got a head start. Tell me,
Hell yeah.
did you bellow and push through, or did you
Yes.
duck through a gap?
No, I bellowed and pushed through.
All right. So, give me an intimidation check.
Oh god.
All right, let me verify what my intimidate is. Perfect. I got a 15.
All right. So you're a big ass bugbear who just gets up and just like in a French German accent, just get out of my way. And you just kind of pushing people. People are just getting the hell like, dude, that guy's drunk. What the hell?
Yeah.
So you made it to the next section. Everyone else,
Perfect.
everyone is starting to run together. Nim, what are you and Macho going to do? Are you going to try to bellow and push through or duck through a gap?
Oh, I'm ducking through a gap.
What is Machio doing?
I'm dragging Machio with me. And
Okay.
if I can grab Yolene, that'd be great, but I'm mostly getting Machio out.
Yolene, what are you doing?
I'm dodging.
Dipping
I,
dodging.
I'm just,
Are you allowing me to drag you?
I saw
The sun?
Sharon take off, and I was like, oh, me too. And I'm running after him, shouting, saying, gold, 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 gold. I'm like, fist pumping as I do it, so I'm charging through.
All right, we're all gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics? I'm using a luck point. That's better.
That's when
That's better. I got a 22.
All right, you two, you two easily like duck and bob and way through. You notice that you're only holding one hand, and it's Yolene. Machio fell at one point, and people like he just yells at you, "Just go without me, I'll catch up." And people start trampling over him. Ah, my d20s. Now it's the second point. You're gonna get a head start on this one, Sharon. The narrow streets form a choke point in the race. Are you gonna try to find a shortcut or make one your own?
Oh, I'm making it.
All right, give me a athletics.
All right, perfect. Give me one sec. Bum, bum. Ooh. Bum, bum, bum. I got a 19.
All right, so you see like a couple of boxes that lead to the same way. You just like
Oh, yeah.
charge through them, and now you're even further ahead than everyone
Produce
else.
goes flying around me.
Produce goes flying, tomatoes, apples. People are like, hey, watch what you're doing. Others are going, go, go.
I throw coins.
My
as I go.
cabbages. Now it gets to both. It's gonna get both to back to Yolene and Nim. What are you two doing? Are you gonna try to find a shortcut or create one?
Do you want to find a shortcut? We can go.
Oh, I got it. I got an idea.
Oh, great.
I got an idea.
You got 7
Okay.
seconds.
Go.
I light myself on fire. I use produce flame. I go, ah! And then I just
I
charge through everything.
climb the nearest building to get to the roof.
Okay. If you're gonna do that for Nim, you're gonna give me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
All right. Oh, you
Yeah.
just made it. All right. So
Oh,
you find a little area to kind of like maneuver so it's easier for you to kind of traverse through the roof. You jump, you find, you climb, you're above there. What did you say you're doing again, Yolene?
I'm lighting
Set yourself on
myself
fire. I'm getting away from that.
on fire, and I'm Naruto running.
All right. I would say give me an intimidation, just for the fact that you're on fire.
Yeah.
Scar is my lookout right now, so
21.
All right. Yeah, they just see this ball of fire just running down the street. And you get to the next level. Machio stands up. He starts running again. He's going to try the other way, bellow and push through. Fuck. With a roll of 3, uh, he's stuck back there. He gets pushed to the wall. He looks up. Oh, hey, a flower shop. What was the flower you mentioned earlier?
Dahlias.
Dahlias. Okay. Next up, the racers must choose either to push through the crowded main bridge or try to span the gap of a broken one. So first off, you're gonna have advantage on this one, Sharon, just because no one's up there with you. So you can go ahead and give me athletics to climb over the railings and just kind of like parkour it up. Whether you want to try to, or you could try to jump a broken bridge instead. Either way, you would get the advantage on either one. Joseph.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to.
No, I was talking to you.
It's here. Say it again.
So you have your options. You can either go to a bridge with no one on it. You just kind of have to climb up over a few things, or go
Okay.
to a broken bridge, potentially either jump or swim.
I'm gonna I take it the other one looks slightly shorter route.
They're both equally the same. It's just depending which one you want to do. Either way, there's going to be people coming here very soon.
All right, I'm gonna try and make a jump.
Give me athletics with advantage.
Here it goes. 1, 2, 24, baby.
All right, so you jump over the broken bridge, and now you're running across, and you're there. Finally, the crowd with you two come up. Nim, what would you like to do? Go to the crowded bridge or the broken bridge?
I'm on the rooftops.
Oh, that's right. So we're going to have to make you do some jump checks to see if you can get across the next few roofs.
Okay. I have a 16-foot jump span, apparently.
All right. Give me an acrobatics.
And acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Oh, baby. We're going to do some gymnastics? That's an 18.
Sweet. So you're able to like keep your footing on the roof, just kind of jumping across next roof to roof, building to building. You can kind of see an eyeball. You can kind of see Sharon way the hell up there. You kind of have a good eye. You can kind of see the fiery Yolene kind of running. You have no visual of Machio at all. So he's kind of like far back and gone. Yolene, what are you doing? Crowded bridge or broken bridge?
Okay, here's what I want to do. Tell me if I can't. It's out there.
Okay.
I want to do minor illusion.
No.
Okay.
I want to make it look like the crowded bridge is on fire. There's like a fire in the middle of it.
Nice.
Like in front of everyone else. Like everyone that's in front of me, even like I want it right in front of them so they think there's a fire. And I want to take the busted bridge and jump it.
Wait, you're
Oh,
going.
wait, no, just kidding. I want to run through the illusion. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay, give me a deception.
Deception. I gotta get back to it. Hold on. Deception. Where are you, Deception? Oh, hell yeah. I got a high roll for that. 20.
All right, you roll. People like halting, like whoa, 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 fire, fire, fire. And then you just run through it, making it very easy for you just to get across this bridge, and kind of slows down the group. Nice. Machio, he's taking his time. He leaves the shop. He's just easily moseying around trying to get through. Oh, hey, finally, I got like a freaking 18. He's just taking his time. He's like walking down the street as he gets closer to the end. Next up, as Sharon, as you're running towards the bar, you notice that there are some people kind of like standing in the corner. What do you do? Would you like to either knock them back into the bay, or would you like to do an insight on them to see if they're friendly.
Sure. Huh. Uh, I'm a.
Kill 'em.
I'm gonna do an insight.
All right, give me an insight check.
5.
Okay, so like you felt, oh, this is gonna be fine. This is easy. They're just other merchants, and yes, they are merchants. The merchants that you knocked over all their produce, and they
Hell
start trying
yeah.
to get into a little brawl with you. You're stuck at
Oh,
this
God.
location. Nim, because you are on the roof, you do see this scuffle as you run by. Do you continue on, or do you stop and help Sharon?
Oh, I stop and help Sharon
All right, I need you to give me a
by jumping down on top of the 3.
and Yolene, you see this scuffle happen. Do you stop and help, or do you keep running?
No, they look like they got it. They got this. Got this. So I'm gonna run by and be like, go, 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 go.
All right, so
That's
go ahead and give
fine.
me a sneak attack, Nim.
Okay. What do I add to it? Just
Make it whatever attack you would normally do.
a bow is usually what I do, but I'm just landing on them.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess 16.
Oh yeah, so you drop down Batman style, just like boom, push him away. You protect, and you're able to get Sharon back
And
on his feet. So
as
you
an added thing, can I have like my arm extended with scar on it, just like menacing them from the end of my hand?
all right, absolutely. You get inspiration for that one. I like that.
Just have a little dragon at the end of my hand. Like, here you go.
All right.
I have inspiration now.
So I'm gonna just to add a little flavor text. You stomp down, push him away. You do your epic hero's pose, and Scar like raises his his wings, and like a small little comes out of his mouth.
Is it intimidating?
A little bit, yeah. It's intimidating to the others because they've never really seen a pseudo dragon. For you, it's adorable because his first fire.
His first little spark. Oh my god.
So as Machio is slowly walking down, he's like, "Oh, this is 3 goblin sizes. I'm gonna walk this way," and takes the shortcut that was left behind by Sharon.
3 goblin sizes.
It's at least 4 goblin sizes, but whatever.
Next up,
Yeah, how
Yolene.
dare you insult him in that such a way?
Since you kind of left your friends behind, you're getting closer and closer to the harbor. You notice, what do you try to do as you're getting closer and closer to the harbor?
Oh, I'm going. I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm going for because I'm like pretty out of it. So I'm just following my dreams. I'm looking and I'm like, oh, that seems gold like.
All right. So since no one really is there, since you did stop everyone from progressing with you, you're just kind of easily running. You're looking around. It's all in slow motion. Chariots of Fire is playing in your head. You're just like having an easy
I thought for
breezy.
sure it'd be Blaze of Glory.
Following behind, not too far, but following behind, you have both Sharon and Nim trying to follow up and help. Machio walks up to the bridge. He notices that the fire's gone. Everyone's just like trying to push their way over. Machio takes out his holy symbols and like, excuse me, hi, just trying to get through. I'm a cleric. They're like, oh yeah, sure, yes, father. I'm not a father. Oh, okay, yeah, I have no kids. He walks by. He walks by and like people just let him through. Thank you.
I don't have kids.
And finally, there's a bunch of. You finally get to the God's Revel Inn, Yolene. You notice there's a bunch of drunk people just kind of blocking the entrance. Tell me, in order to get in, you can either climb or try to jump over them.
Oh god.
Oh boy, how do I jump?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. 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 18.
Acrobatics.
18. All right. So you're able to dodge all the drunk people who are just kind of getting in the way. You're the first in. Falling behind is Nim and Sharon. A couple of others start to trickle in, and finally Machio shows up. Kind of just at a nice, like, fast walking pace. He has flowers in hand. He's like, "Hey guys, I made it." You see footprints all over his face, footprints all over his little swimsuit. His sunblock is all gone. He's like, "Hey, I made it."
Machio.
You sure did, buddy.
Awesome. He gives the flowers to Nim. He's like, "Here you go. These are for you. They're Delilah's."
Favorite.
It's like, you clearly know they're Dahlia's, but he doesn't know how to. He's been stepped on a couple of times. He doesn't really
Yeah,
know.
no, I understand what he got. He got the correct flower.
So you
Aw.
go into the what's it called? You go into the bar, into the inn, and all of a sudden, the person at the table, you're waiting for adventurers. Welcome. You have made it to. You made it to the end of the race, and some people are like, it's like, are like, clapping. Others are kind of like, "Oh man, they made it. What's all this? Like, what the hell?" So, I do need to make sure that the people who've made it and finished this competition can handle themselves in a scuffle. A couple of people from the crowd, "Hey, we deserve this as well. We're tough as them. We can take on this job."
Nim has lost her patience, and so she just swings Scar around to the people saying that.
Give me an intimidation check.
That is. What was my intimidation? That's a 22.
22. It's like, oh, so like Scar's going at them. They're kind of backing up, like, "What the hell is that thing?"
You
Like
can't even handle a pseudo dragon. You can't handle this. Walk away.
the female half orc who's sitting at the table starts giggling. "I like your moxie there. Of course, I do need to see if you have a competition of strength, but you clearly have the competition of wits here. Tell me, what's your name?"
I'm Nim.
Nim. Okay. And are these your companions?
Yes, unfortunately, they're not quite fully sober, but they are my companions.
I'm just like breathing really heavily, trying to recover.
Machio's putting cure wounds on every single foot that stepped on him. It's like,
They're
indeed.
still working on the sobriety part.
I'm still chanting gold.
So, as you kind of back off the other people, it's like, so, what skills can you offer for this mission?
Well, obviously, Caron there is a bugbear, very intimidating and strong and very good at fighting. He also has this Echo Knight he likes to throw around.
Really?
Lean there, obviously on fire. Obviously, she's very good at talking her way into all kinds of situations. Sometimes she talks her ways out of them, but she's very good with her words
I use
and
words.
setting stuff on fire.
Fire.
Machio there is a cleric, very sweet cleric. Keep us alive. I'm a thief. Necessity, unfortunately.
A thief, you say?
Sometimes.
I'm sure that has some good merits to it.
Oh, yeah, sometimes. Also,
She
I
slapped
have a
you in the
secret
shoulder.
dragon.
She's like,
This is
"Ease up."
Star.
She slapped you on the shoulder. "Ease up there, lass. We're pirates, but we have a code."
Yeah, I didn't want to be a thief.
I don't think any of us wanted to either. And yet here we are, about to make the biggest score of our lives.
I also have a pseudo dragon. This is Scar.
Oh, How lovely. She gets a
Levi.
piece of jerky and like
More
feeds the
truffles.
sky. So, do you have any questions for me as she shoos away the people that try to start a ruckus with you? Which is actually quite clever. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Me taking a dragon out to intimidate them? Yeah.
Yes.
I finally remember I have a dragon.
She did mention that, like, I was going to have you do a sparring match with them just to kind of see, no bloodshed, no, nothing lethal. Just I wanted to see your test of strength, but obviously you three made it here. You three made it here just fine. Looks at Machio. Him not so much. He's supposed to be. She looks at the armor he has on his backpack. He's supposed to be wearing that, right?
Would
He wanted
they?
me today, so he was wearing a bathing suit.
He kind of looks at Sheila like, it is quite dashing, especially with that mustache. I keep forgetting I have that. Machio starts to blush a little bit as his face turns a little red. Like, it is a nice mustache.
Very nice mustache.
So do you have
He
any?
usually wears the armor.
Very good. I see he's met some. He sees all his scars. He's seen a couple of scuffles here and there. But tell me, do you have any questions about the job?
What is this treasure?
Aha! So, let me tell you a little about the treasure in Captain Redclaw, a scourge of the seven seas from years past. She was a relentless fighter. She's even replaced her arm with a claw of red metal. Her ship, the Fearsome Tide, seemed able to sail indefinitely. It was never seen in port. They say amassed the quite of a trove of gold, art, and even magic. When she disappeared, most assumed that her treasure was lost. But now, we know where to find it.
And you're sure it's this treasure?
This treasure and more. She was quite the pirate in her day. We don't know what's happened to her. She's disappeared, but the clues have all led to where it is that she needs. And we need a couple strong hands to pick up a few items before we attempt to take the treasure.
What exactly is in it for us?
As I said, as the captain has said, an officer's share. So you will be offered. She pulls out a contract, slams it on the table. You're going to be offered 1/16 of the overall treasure and anything we find.
So we are being the bourgeoisie and the crew. How much is the whole crew? How much do they get?
Well, they get their fair shares.
Wait,
Fair. So the next question is, what are these items that you are needing for us to acquire?
Well, that's for the captain to explain to you. That is something I am not allowed to say right now, especially since you're not under contract.
And where is the captain?
You just saw her, right? She's
Yes.
the one that started the race.
Yes, is she not here yet?
She's probably back on the Magpie Princess Magpie, whatever the thing's called.
Magpie Princess.
There we go.
She starts this whole dumb race that can get people killed, and she doesn't even bother to show up.
That is not a captain's necessity. Why be the one to run when you can just make them come back to you?
Oh my god. Are you two sober yet?
wait. I was never drunk.
It's like
God, you're...
the half orc mentions, well, she's the captain. She has many things that needs to be done. She's recruited the whole lot of us, and I am one of her right-hand people. She trusts me with everything. And she pulls out a bag of gold, and it's a lot of gold. And well, I've been paid well. I've been able to roam the lands. As a free person, but I like working with her.
The contract, what does it entail?
was like, what was that?
The contract? What's in the contract?
Yes.
Are you trying to recruit us as part of your ship, or just a temporary position? What's the particulars?
Yeah, so you'll receive your quarters, your grub, and grog and compensation. You get 1/16th share of all treasure refined. So,
Each? I get
yes.
1/16. She got 1/16. He got. Okay,
As a
very
group,
good.
actually, sorry.
Oh, okay.
As a group, you would all get 1/16th share. We have other crew members that need to get paid as well.
And it's just the
Course.
job, right? Not multiple.
Well, the main goal is to secure this lost treasure. We may have to come into a few things here and there, but once we get Captain Redclaw's treasure, you are free from the contract.
Wait, what?
But it doesn't. We're going straight for Captain Redclaw's treasure, not just we get to it when we get to it. It's not we're signing an indefinite contract,
No,
right?
no. We're not gonna. You won't be in this for months or years or anything like that. Of course not. We like to keep
Because
our.
I've worked hard to get my life back.
No worries. Once we get our job done, we get the job done. As you see, she mentions Captain Verosi is no joke. People know her for getting the job done, getting her people paid, getting the people what they need and their share. Of course, if there's disciplinary actions must happen. But we have an idea of where it is. We need to pick up a few things on the way, and once that's all fair, shared, and done, you'll have a ride home, and you'll be paid.
Can I do an insight check on
Yeah, sure.
this half orc to make sure she's telling the truth?
Yes.
Where's the insight? I'm doing that so well. That's a 13.
Okay, so you can't really get a read on her. You can tell she's she's a little impatient right now because it's like, do you want the you can tell she's like, do you want the job or not? I can ask someone else if they want this.
I turned to the rest of my group. Like, do we want to take this job under contract?
I believe that the best choice is to read the contract and then sign once we have determined the validities of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems like a fun gig. Maybe get some time in the sun, as Machio was already wishing for.
Machio, you?
I mean, this does have a lot in it for us, for you, for everyone.
Very well. I guess we'll sign your contract.
Very good. She brings out the contract. Everyone signs it. Go ahead. You have something?
If I want to sign it, everybody else got asked.
Oh my god, would you ask me questions instead of sitting there being drunk?
I won the race. Therefore, I am the most qualified to sign this document.
Sign the document then.
I'll do it for the free booze, and I sign.
All right. She looks at all of you. Very good. Meet me at the pier in the morning. I suggest you turn in early. Room's already paid for, so don't worry. She can hand you the keys to your rooms. It's like, rest up. We got a lot of work to do, and we need to sail out fast.
Oh, good. Keeps.
Then after taking 9 to investigate the contract, I will sign it.
All right. You don't seem to find any flaws with this contract.
Perfect.
All right. And then that is where we will end it today.
Oh, it's only 9.
Oh, is it? No.
Yeah.
No, we can keep going then.
It's only 9 o'clock.
All right. So,
I'm not even mostly drunk.
all right, keep going. You're,
I'm not drunk either. Wink, wink.
Yeah, it's the fun thing. Your characters are drunk and mine's not, but in player world, I'm buzzed.
I'm
Hell
having
yeah.
I have a scotch right now and it is beautiful.
I have pie.
I had Tigger energy infusion.
Dope.
I made my alcoholic cupcakes.
I'm actually on my way to Sierra's house. So
all right. So it's a brand new day. Everyone's all geared up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Both both Yolene and both Sharon kind of have a really, really heavy headache from the day before. As you go to the docks, you see, what's her name?
Yep.
Sorry, you see Yam. You see Yamtasi, the half orc. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you early in the morning. She's standing at like an empty pier. The Magpie Princess is in a discreet location. We do need a couple of things before we set sail.
No, I don't do blindfolds.
No. None of that. We'll take you to the location. We just need something for the ship.
oh.
I don't sell soul either.
She laughs at you. You're a funny one. We need our headstone for our ship. The map. And we got someone in town to work on it, commission it. If you can go and pick that up and take care of that, that would be fantastic.
But take care of it, you do mean that we are paying for the mast?
She throws you a bag of 250 gold.
Thank you.
Oh.
And the locations that we are going to?
She kind of points out to the local woodworker.
Perfect. And I do not think I have any more questions. Are you ready?
Please
Looking
make
at my
haste.
friends and start moseying.
Is there a railing next to where we are, or just like
No.
an edge or something? Then I just kind of lean over,
Foil.
vomit, and then follow.
Oh my god.
All right. So,
Not you.
fine.
Are you hungover too?
No, I'm completely good. You gave me a
Okay.
scroll.
I still wonder. You drank an awful lot.
I did. He kind of just smiles and just stares blankly into the sky.
Oh, do you drink often?
No.
Oh, that's good.
It's like he just like kind of walks off and like, all right, time to go get the job done.
Yeah. I still have Scar sitting on my shoulders now because he's now been convinced to come out of the bag.
Matcha does mention to you. You remember the jade horns he gave me?
Yes.
He pulls out another scroll. This is one of the things I was talking about. He opens it up, like shows you it is. It is a scroll revivify. If one of us dies, we can use this immediately. Now, he rolls it back up. If I die, and you need to use this, hopefully you can use magic.
We have your lean.
Hopefully you could use magic.
Oh.
But he
Oh.
said,
I'll work on that.
but of course, think of the team more than myself.
Oh. We should keep you from dying, honestly. You are the cleric.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
And he walks off that point, and Nim's just standing like, what the fuck happened?
All right. So you go to the small square building that has no sign or advertising. its name or type of business, but the door support posts are heavily carved with images of gravestones, religious symbols, and sea monsters and sailing ships. You see a female dwarf who is like working on woodwork. She looks at you. Oh, is there anything I can help you with?
We're here for a sign for the Magpie Princess.
Ah, I got that commission. It'll be done in a couple weeks.
Oh,
We were told it was done now.
Well, with the festival going on, and unfortunately the lumber yard has gotten in the way, there's nothing I can do.
What can we do to make it happen today?
Ooh, give me a charisma check with advantage.
I was gonna say, can I leave and say I'm gonna go get the captain?
16.
Oh, okay, that's good enough. She looks at you, puts the tools down. Look, I know I promised the captain her mast, but the lumber yard is filled with. She kind of looks around with dragons.
Dragons?
Dragons, yes. You see, they're nasty green wormlings. Unfortunately, they took over. They've been building their nest with all of our lumber, and there's nothing I can do.
I would love to go talk to dragons.
She laughs. Talk to them. They chase out everyone and spit their acid breaths at everyone who even dares to attempt to walk up to
And
this
Do
lumber
you,
yard.
do you see my friend here? And I point at Scar on my shoulder.
Yes, very adorable, but trust me, your little guy is no match for the three of them.
I'm sure they can be reasoned with.
Well, if you make it out alive and make it accessible for us, by all means, you may go ahead and try. I'll even finish it up today. I'll push away everything else to finish up the mast today, free of charge.
Okay.
Then just
Yeah.
give us directions to the lumber yard and we shall make the problem go away.
All right, so you head to the lumber yard. You see the sign that says Terran's Planks and Lumber. As you go ahead and as soon as anyone who tries to open the door, acid just spits right at the door.
Before I open the door, it's like, hello, I just wish to speak with the dragons here.
Are you speaking in common?
What do I speak? Sure.
You speak in common, and you hear them like harp something at you.
Scar, did you understand that?
Scar looks at you. He says, "This is his home now." It's
Would you ask if we could come speak to him?
Sure, I can try. Scar kind of stands up on your shoulder, tries to, as loud as he can. Dragon, 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 dragon. And then you hear a response back, dragon, 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 dragon. Scar looks at you. Well, they already made some nest here, and they will kill anyone who steps on their site. I mean, they're pretty dead set on keeping this land.
Well, maybe they could be opened up to a little cohabitation. A little scratch your back, I scratch your back.
Okay, dragon, 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 dragon. What are you offering?
Well, obviously they want to make nests, but all people here need the lumber, so maybe they can work a deal out between the people who live here and with the dragons so that they can have a little protection as well as they get lumber.
Dragon, 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 dragon. Okay, what do they have to offer?
It's a good question. Who runs this lumber yard and where are they?
I think his name was Clarence.
Clarence!
I don't remember what you said the name was.
Terran's Planks.
Terrence.
You see someone kind of like jump out of a little like garbage can, kind of like walk and look around. Yes, yes. If you're looking for lumber, we don't have any.
Oh, we need you here, actually.
What is it?
Well, we'd like to have you here for negotiations with the dragons.
Negotiations.
Yes.
Fine. What do they want?
All right. Well, so they're building nests. I would assume, Scott, could you ask them, would they like protection for their nests?
Dragon, 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 dragon. What they said was they would like some place warm. This was their
Warm.
nesting grounds where they grew up. This lumberyard is built upon their land as well. So,
Well, Terrence, wouldn't it be awfully kind of you to help keep their nests warm as well as providing them with material for their nests, and then they could, in turn provide protection for your lumberyard?
this all gets translated back and forth, back and forth. Give me a charisma or persuasion.
That is a non-natural 20.
Oh, okay. So with your demonstration of talking this all through, the dragons ask, "Step forward."
I step forward with Scar.
And they want the owner to step forward too. So they're like,
Terrence, come along.
they start to speak common. So
You do speak common. How pleasant.
we speak this tongue whenever we feel respected.
Of course.
You
It's
spoke our
so
native tongue, we'll speak yours.
How kind of you.
Now, you say you'll grant us protection, as we should protect you as well.
Well, if obviously this is your nesting ground, and if Terrence is open to it, which if he wants to keep in business, I believe he should be, he can obviously help give up a small portion of his material so that you can build your nest and keep them safe and warm. And then you can in turn help keep his business going and thriving.
They kind of like fly down, kind of like puff their chest, stand in front of Terrence. It is agreed. Under the condition, if he decides to betray us, we'll kill him.
Oh,
And we'll take back this land.
I mean, that seems awfully fair. Don't you think so, Terrence?
He's like shaking, like, yes, of course, of course. Very well. We like that area over there. Build us some nest. As they kind of fly up. We'll be back at nighttime.
Okay.
We'll finish our hunting. If we like what we see, we'll end our hunt for that night. They fly off, and they let you... Terrence is like sweating.
Oh, don't worry, Terrence. Scott, do you know how a dragon would like their nest to be built?
He kind of goes to like he sits on the builder's he's on the builder's shoulder, explaining every single thing. He's like nervously writing it down and everything. Flies back. He'll be fine.
Terrence, when I've spent most of my time in the forest, and I suggest planting mini vines to grow upon the borders of this nest, so that it can provide entrapments to the creatures that come to encroach upon their space. I also suggest perhaps a feeding space and maybe a what's it called? A show that you are here to help, and gives them a feast tonight, so that whether they hunt or not, they have much to eat and to be happy with in the short term. And yeah.
Very well.
So with the nests that are getting made,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to leave, because I have some gems. Yeah, are there 3 dragons?
Mm-hmm.
And they're building 3 nests or 1 nest?
Well, he's building like 3 different nests for like the 3 different dragons.
Okay. At one nest, I would like to leave a silver goblet. At another, a silver amulet with a red gem, and at the other one, a red gem
All right.
as a housewarming present.
Give me a perception check while you're doing this.
Okay. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Hmm.
Oh, that's much better. Thank that's a 16.
16. You happen to find 2 +1 hand axes. You find a +2 longbow
What?
and
Plus 1 longbow? Holy
Two.
shit.
+2
Plus 2? Even better.
and a wooden statue of a green dragon,
Oh.
Very good.
which is over 100 pounds and worth over 600 gold.
Oh, the green dragon.
So
Jesus.
Oh. I was already thinking about going back to our friendly woodcarver and asking for maybe some fancy statues. Maybe we provide this one and maybe more to the.
I was definitely thinking this dragon could be a great homage to your new protectors.
Yes.
Oh, it would. It really would. That's a great
So I
idea.
placed it in the center of the three nests
All right.
as a little shrine to them.
Sweet.
Throughout the whole thing, I have been just vomiting in that trash can that the one guy.
Nice.
I am
Like, you
really
must have
hungry.
to lean outside this lumber yard to deal with that.
I'm just that guy popped out of that trash can. And I was like, perfect, and I hopped right in.
You're in it while you're puking in it.
I'm in it while I'm puking. I'm really hungover.
I'm keeping that longbow though.
All
But
right.
I'm putting up the wooden statue in a big shrine with the goblet and the amulet and the gem.
All right. So you're able to get all this done. You go back to the woodworker. She gets everything done. And now you have the headstone for the Magpie Princess.
Awesome. Do the dragons come back before we leave?
No, it's still like daytime.
Oh, I wanted to say bye, but oh well. I tell Terrence, like, could you please give our best to the dragons? They seem quite pleasant.
He's like shaking. Yeah, of course. Of course I'll give them my best.
If you just treat them with respect, I'm sure they will treat you with respect back.
Sure.
Or
Absolutely.
perhaps that they shall dominate you and make you do whatever they say, but at least your business will thrive.
He like takes a big gulp. Yeah. Sure. Sure. As he-
Before we leave, I like to leave a message in Draconic with Scar translating it so I could spell it correctly, saying, enjoy your new home with the little gifts I've left them.
Nice. All right, cool. So, you're taken to the hidden cove where the Magpie Princess is currently parked. You get on the ship. A bunch of the crew is like working, cleaning, attaching the new masts and everything. And as this is going on, they're kind of showing you everything currently on the current floor and whatnot. 1 second, I'm trying to find my. You see, you hear someone shouting, "Help me! Help me, please! Help me!" Everyone looks around. Go ahead and make me perception checks.
Oh no.
Perception.
I rolled a 6.
All right.
You rolled a 6.
12.
17.
All right, so Yolene, you notice that in the water there is a woman in a rowboat trying to like flag you guys down. Help me, please, help me.
Does she point this out to us?
Yeah. So I'm actually vomiting over the side of the boat when I see this. So I turn around and go, "Ooh, there's some lady in the boat
Um,
down there."
how far away is she?
She's enough to kind of like flag down to like come onto the boat or anything.
Oh, so I don't need to string an arrow and try and pull her boat in.
When she gets closer, actually, you could do that. Yeah.
Okay, then I will. Oh no. I will pull out the longbow
Ooh. Okay.
and tie a rope to it, to the arrow,
All right.
and fire the arrow at her.
All right.
So I'm trying to get into the boat so it can like anchor.
All right. So, as you anchor it down, you get it close to the boat. Oh, thank you, child. Please, please let me on board. The ocean's.
Captain, maybe permission to board?
Proceed.
Okay, I help her up.
It's like, oh, thank you, child. Thank you. She looks up at you. It's like, please, I would do anything for you. Thank you. I've been stuck at sea on that boat. And this boat on here is big enough for me to enjoy as her face fades away to the green hag that she actually is.
Oh, do you really have to be so mean? Can you just stop?
She starts cackling and laughing and whatnot. And on board comes her two big crab people monsters.
God almighty.
Roll
Don't.
initiative.
Why should it be like that? Why should it be like that?
Always the insights necessary. We always forget.
Yeah, because Nim is a little too trusting, which is funny for Nim.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Garbage. Garbage, I tell you.
Garbage. Garbage.
All right. So 20 or higher.
22.
All right. $15 or higher. $10 or higher.
This is great. We're doing great right now.
5 or higher.
8.
Six.
Let's get that. Let's go. And let's get Josh here real quick. And then these two. That turn. That turn. All right. It's going to be the hag who goes first. She starts cackling as she looks you dead in the eye.
Can I use... no, that's an action. Never mind. I can't use it. Stupid.
Let's see 1 second.
It's probably a good thing I ran out of mixer. I'm not feeling this. It feels nice.
All right, so
Don't you want to use, a bit of kindness? I tried to help you.
I need you to go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why wisdom? Why wisdom? Oh, thank God. That's 17.
All right. She was trying to tap into your deepest, darkest fears, but you're able to shake it off. And you kind of shake off the spell, and she just like snarls at you. That sucked for her. It is your turn.
Well, I don't like being this close to the action. So I'm going to use, for once, my unsettling visage. So basically,
You're trying to hag the hag?
I show her my real face, which is, basically featureless and not the changeling face, which imposes a disadvantage on her next attack roll. And then I'm going to disengage and get far away from her so I can have my ranged attacks.
All right.
So where am I? Oh, there's Sam. I'm going to probably try and move back here so I can use my arrows.
All right.
But she will have disadvantage on her next attack.
All right. So it's gonna be Machio's turn. Give me 1 second.
Which, thank you again for letting me use Unsettling Visage. That's my favorite one. I can't use it again, but...
That's the flame blade he gets. Sorry, I gotta look up the one spell. So Machio goes ahead and he is going to cast Flame Blade on himself.
Ooh.
And he's going to run up to the hag. He's going to go ahead.
No, Machio.
So I got this. I got this.
No.
He swings his weapon. That's a 9 right there plus his 6. That's a 15. He swings, but the witch catches his sword and starts cackling. Macho looks at her. Uh-oh. I didn't get her, guys. I didn't get her.
Oh, it is a reaction. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm still using it.
Yolene, it is your turn.
Here's what I want to do. Are you ready? There's a few steps to this. I'm going to take out my rapiers for one. I'm going to go up to the hag. I'm going to hit her with my dual wield. The first one for 22 to hit. The second one for an 11 to hit.
22
Okay.
hits. 11 does
22,
not.
okay. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll my damage for that, which is 7 damage. And then I'm going to use my Psychic Blade ability,
Ooh.
which says that when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, I can expend one use of my Bardic Inspiration to deal an extra 3d6 psychic damage to that target.
Boom, boom, baby.
Go for it.
Like that. Where are you, d6? 1, 2, 3, d6. Oh, damn, 11 damage.
11 damage. All right.
And then use the Bardic Inspiration.
All right. Sharon, it is your turn.
All right. Then I'm going to. Oh, you guys got all in my space that I wanted to be in.
Nice. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
15. Yeah. All right. Then I'm going. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter because I got Mad Reach, baby. Don't forget about your Mad Reach. Let's see. So if I'm perfect, awesome. Then I'm gonna move. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna move to right here. No, I need to be right there. And then I'm gonna have my. I'm gonna use a. Then I'm just gonna attack. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna use any bonus actions because I can do it from right there, right? Yeah. And they are. No. All right. So I'm going to attack twice. Is my answer.
All right.
I'm gonna attack with glaive. My second is a natural 1.
Whew. All right.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's how it goes.
Who are you attacking?
The hag.
All right.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's a D10. Come on, pop back up. Whoa. Damn, Liz, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but that's a lot of dice.
I just wanted to see
Um.
it work.
Oh my God, Liz,
All right.
what the hell?
It wasn't difficult.
So
Was it an accident?
I got a 22 to hit, and then hitting for a total of 5 on her, and then I'm going to go into a defensive stance.
Okay. You have this little crab man scuttling towards you.
I'll take an AO on it.
All right.
Where'd that dice thing? Dang it! There it is. Did anything happen with that natural 1 that I rolled earlier?
No, I don't have that stuff out.
Okay, well I rolled another natural 1.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to go and attack you.
Perfect. Come at me, baby.
All right. This little crab. Little
Try
crab
to
boy.
get a 16.
That is a 22.
That hits.
All right. It bites into you. You are going to take 4 damage, and it bites so deep into you, you start bleeding. So you're
Ooh.
also going to take 3 bleeding damage.
Ooh.
So what that means is until you get healed, you're constantly taking a d4 damage on your turn.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'm not happy about it.
The other one's going to scuttle up to you as well.
I'll take that AO as well on that one.
All right.
Ugh, but a 12 doesn't hit, right?
No.
Okay. Scuttle away, baby.
All right. Give me a quick second. Okay.
Oh man.
All right. The hag's turn. She's going to cast lightning bolt.
Did that crab's attack not do anything?
No,
It failed as bad as me.
I didn't roll, so that's my bad. So lightning bolt. I need both Yolene and Sharon to give me dexterity saving throws.
5.
Oh, it's going that way,
Oh.
thank God.
Jesus.
16.
You make it. Sharon does not.
One level and I could have evasion.
8. All right. Chat. I keep dropping all these dice.
I know that tower is great for dropping dice.
It's very bouncy. It's mainly the small dice that does it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I tested it with so many dice, but they have the small dice that just left.
All right. So that's 10, 20. Yolene's gonna take 13 damage. Sharon's gonna take 27,
Ouch.
Oof.
and it is going to be Nim's turn.
Oh, is Nims? I thought the hag was in there.
The hag
Okay.
just
It just electrocuted me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to pull out my alchemical bow, which I've decided is still radiant because I like radiant
went. Okay.
damage, and I'm going to fire an arrow at her.
All right, go for it.
I need math. Where's my sheet? God damn, it keeps moving. Plus 8. Okay. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh, good. And there's people in her space, so I get sneak attack.
Go for it.
So she gets 6 radiant damage. And 10 other damage.
So 16.
Oh, wait. 10 plus 5, so 15. So 21 total damage.
All right.
I can do math. It's fine.
She's
I'm
not
not
looking good.
I'm not that far gone.
So you hear the hag go, now! As from the other side
Fuck.
gets boarded by a Kenku, which is a bird person, and two halflings. He's gonna run up to you, Nim.
No,
Uh,
I leave. I climb
where
the
did
mast.
this go?
I climb
I
up
take
the
an
mast.
AO on it
God.
as it approaches her. Because
How?
it moved within 15 of me, I think.
Nope.
Did it go right? Oh, dang it. Did it go right there?
There's also a giant
Yeah, you're right. I'll give it
pole
to you.
right there.
It's a giant pole in the way.
Is that the mast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I climb up it.
Not your turn.
Dang it. I'm gonna
So
use my movement to climb up it.
16 to hit.
16? Yeah, it hits. I'm gonna uncanny dodge it though.
Okay.
So it's half damage.
All right. So 6, you're gonna take 3 damage.
Okay, great. Rude.
And then
It's fine.
then it's gonna be the little halfling's turn. It's like, you got it, boss. Gonna run
Are
up
they gonna
here.
come all running up to me? Dang it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Ah,
This one's gonna
shit.
This one's gonna go ahead and attack you. Whew, that one said flying. 17 to hit
Yeah.
as it hits you
Could
with.
they do ranged attacks? That'd be great.
They could throw a dagger, but they're not going to. You're gonna hit with 7 damage.
I can't uncanny dodge. I can only do it once per turn. So
Oh, and the other one's gonna try to run this way and try to squeeze in right here, but gets a nat 1.
fine.
Nice.
Can Scar bite him?
After your turn, then yes.
Should I roll an initiative for Scar?
Scar will go during your turn.
Okay, got it.
Machio looks back. I'll be right there. He takes another swing at the hag. Ooh, that's going to hit. He gets 4d6 because 3 of them is fire. That's 9. Okay, so that's 10, 11 plus whatever I have. Give me a sec. That's going to be 11, 14 damage. The hag's not looking good. 58. How much HP does she have? Ooh, she still has some left. Next up is Yolene.
No.
Do it, Yoli.
I would like to. Let me see what I can do. This. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, no, I'll just do what I did last time. Okay, I'm going to hit twice.
Go for it.
17
That hits, yeah.
and 16.
16 does not hit.
Oh, so that. Okay. So that's 8 damage plus. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration, and I'm going to do. Yep, my psychic blades. Okay, 3d6 and plus 6 damage.
All right. All right, so it is now Sharon's turn.
All right then. that means I'm going to activate a perfect. I'm going to activate my echo to stand right there behind Nim, and then I'm going to attack the hag.
Go for it.
There's the roller. For 22,
That hits.
and hitting for 8 damage.
All right.
And then rolling 19 to hit,
That hits.
and doing 6 damage.
Scribing killing blow.
All right, so definitely there's a belly slash followed up by I chop her hand off, and the blood goes goosh. And then I'm going to use one of my 3 uses of the day to have my echo also make an attack, and it's going to be against the Kinku.
All right.
And that will be for 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Cool. And it will be a total of... Come on, thing. There it goes. Oh, nice. That's 14 damage.
All right.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Kill.
You're also going to
So-
take 2 bleed damage.
Oh, thank you for remembering that, because I don't like it at all.
1 crab fails to hit you. 19 to hit.
Definitely hits.
You're going to take 3 more damage.
Okay.
It is now Nim's turn.
I don't like being here. I'm going to
Disengage.
the mast. Can I climb the mast?
You can. You will take
Okay.
attacks of opportunity, though.
Even if I disengage.
Depends where you go. You can't disengage climbing up.
I was gonna disengage back.
Like, that's fine.
Oh god. Where are you? I was gonna like, oh my god, stop. I was gonna pull back to like here, so the echo
That's fine.
more prominent, and then climb up.
Okay.
And then could I drop something on them?
What are you dropping?
I have a greater flask of acid.
Oh, yes, I'll allow you to go ahead and drop it.
I would like to just climb up above them and then just drop that acid on them.
Let me go ahead and look up what that. Do you remember what it does?
You never told me. You just said me I had it.
All right, give me 1 second.
You just said, hey, you have a greater flask of acid. Congratulations.
Oh.
Is it a dex adding to it for dropping it on them?
1 second.
No worries.
There we go. So acid flask. I said greater.
It says greater.
Roll an attack.
An attack, so add my dex to it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That would be a 16?
Oh, that.
If it's Pathfinder 2nd edition, then it gets a +2.
That is true.
And then, yeah.
It's going to hit because of that +2.
Oh, goody.
Oh yeah.
Goody.
Thanks,
So-
Joseph.
Hey,
Thank you.
that's why I Google the things.
These 2 are going to take +3 damage because of the splash.
Okay.
Um,
Is it a
3 acid
is it
splash
rolls?
damage.
3d6 to the main
3d6?
guy.
Okay. Question, because that echo is there.
No, it's not a sneak attack.
Dang it. Okay, fine. That's fine. So 3d6. That still sucks for you. Because that's 12 acid damage.
All right. is going to be their turn. He's
Is there
going to.
anything else I can do with it, or is it just
It's
that?
just you drop it.
Okay?
This one's going to attack with a 21 to hit.
My echo.
Yeah.
How dare it? Does it do 1 damage?
It does more than 1 damage. Yeah.
Oh man, it dies.
All right. It's going to be
I'm
the.
up the mat now. I'm just gonna put myself in the middle of it.
This halfling's going to go in and try to attack. Or not attack. You're up there. Goes up to
I'm
Machio.
flying. I'm leaving. Bye.
It's not going to land a single hit on Machio. This one's going to try. And oh, that one does hit Machio. All right, he's going to take 7 damage. All right. Speaking of Machio, it is Machio's turn.
Don't tell Machio how to take his turn.
That's going to hit. That's possibly might kill this guy. Machio swings his flaming sword. Yeah, he annihilates this guy.
Oh, good.
He looks up at Nim. He gives you a healing word.
Oh, that's nice of him.
It's like, I'm sorry I didn't help.
It's fine. I'm doing okay. I really like climbing things.
All right, so you're gonna get 7.
Oh, goody.
Next up is Yolene.
I would like to. Oh, they move. I'm going to come over to these.
Homeboys? Crabos?
No, I'm gonna fight this homie. I'm gonna move over to this guy. I'm on this part over here. I'm not in the hole.
All right, so
But,
you are gonna take attack of opportunity by this little crab dude.
Oh.
So he's gonna attack. He misses.
Oh.
What a loser. Anyway, I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers on this guy.
Okay.
It's gonna be. Where are you? Going to be 6d4. 16 damage.
All right.
Damage.
Next up, Sharon.
All right. So, I am going to the fighter's surge of healing for self as a bonus action, right?
Action surge. The second wind.
surge,
No. Second wind. Yes, it is a bonus action.
Well, I'm gonna do it to myself. And then while I'm at it, I'm gonna do drink a healing potion as well.
All right. So the bleed is gone since you healed yourself.
Yep, that's good to remember.
Lovely hair.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Okay, so I still get an attack though, right? Because that would be a bonus and
You use 2
one
bonus
action.
actions. So that would be 1 bonus, 1 action.
Yeah, 1 bonus, 1 action, and then I still could do an attack with an action.
No, because you'd have to use the attack action, which would trigger 2
Use
attacks.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Does that mean I could drink a second potion?
No, because you already used
Okay.
your action surge.
That's fine. I just
All right.
Cute.
So the crab people's gonna attack. That's a nat 20 on you.
That hits.
All right.
I rolled an 11 to counter that nat 20.
That wasn't enough. So that's 8, 13. You're gonna take 14 damage, and you're
Mhm.
bleeding again. And 15 doesn't hit.
Nope.
All right, Nim, it's your turn.
Can I position myself so I can use my bow while I'm up at the mast?
I'm going to give you disadvantage just because of how you're maneuvering yourself up there.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna drop an alchemist fire on that Kenku.
All right, what kind?
I think I have. What do I have? I have several. I do have several. I have so many. Just a regular one seems fine.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh no, come back. I didn't mean it. Don't leave me. Oh god, everything's leaving me. Does a 18 hit?
18 hits. It's
Okay,
be
great.
1d4.
1d4? I have a d4 somewhere. That's a 4.
Awesome.
Is it plus anything?
No,
Okay, it's just 4.
it is his turn.
He's on fire now.
He's gonna get out of the cloud of daggers. So go ahead and roll your damage for him.
I will. 16 again.
All right, he's not looking good.
How dare he still be standing?
All right, and he looks up at you, Nim.
Why?
He's gonna go ahead and cast grease on the mast that you're currently climbing.
Rude.
Give me,
Rude.
with disadvantage, a dexterity saving throw.
That still sucks for everyone. 17.
All right, so you're holding on for dear life. Like, your focus is to hold on to here because the whole mast is all greasy and it's hard for you to even like think about attacking or anything.
Rude.
All right, next up is this halfling. That's a miss. Machio's turn. A nat 20. Yeah, this one's gone. Obliterated.
Noise.
And Machio like starts charging, trying to get towards the Kenku. It is now Yolene's turn.
I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers again.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Does it not just? Is that not one that just lasts for a while?
He left.
Oh, jerk.
Actually, just kidding. I think, because he said he looked bad, so I think I'm just going to Eldritch Blast him.
Go for it.
15.
That misses.
And you get two. You can do 2 bolts with that, right?
Yeah.
One is a different attack with each one.
Yep.
And the second is a 17.
17 hits.
Nope. Oh, you take full damage. 10 damage.
Explain your killing blow.
I go up your doo-doo face, and I like hit him in the butt with it. Like he turns because he's like, oh no, and it like goes and it hits his butt and he explodes.
All right. Next up is
Explosion!
Sharon. It's your turn.
I just so you know, I did not realize that this thing still had me saved as 49 health when last time I leveled up. I'm now at 58, so that's why my health bumped up by 9 there.
That's fine.
Swear I'm not cheating. All right, so got my crabs. Fuck the crabs. I'm going to make my good old buddy come over here about right there, and it's going to attack. There we go, for me. That's a natural 20, and it's got against this bottom crab is the.
He's gone.
Cool. The second crab it gets the second attack then,
Go for it.
and that's a total of 20.
Okay.
And oh yeah, dude, 5 damage. I'm gonna do my second of 3 possible uses of do extra attack action, but it only hit up for 11, so that's a miss. So total of 5 damage from Echo this turn.
All right. Crab's turn.
That's yep. Come at me, bro.
It's a miss, but you still take bleed damage.
Yep.
You take 4. Nim, what are you doing?
Is it just the crab guy left?
Yep.
I slide down the mast.
All right.
So can I land? Oh, come on, come on. Can I like land there and then fire an arrow at the crab guy?
Sure. Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna fire an arrow at that dude.
Go for it.
Oh baby, nat 20.
Describe your killing blow.
Oh, that arrow takes off and you can just see radiant light coming off of it, and it just smacks him straight dead center and obliterates him into this bright, blinding light.
I've got
Nice.
crab salad on my face.
There's just this outline, this burnt outline of his body at the end of it.
Oh, nice. And that's the end of initiative. The captain comes out. Impressive. You saved my ship. You saved my people. We shall discuss more once we set sail. But good job.
We told your friends that we were competent combatants. I saw the doubt in their face, but we think we have proven ourselves.
Very good. If, as a small little bonus, whatever they have on them, you can keep.
I was gonna do that anyway.
But from here on out,
Ag.
any treasure we find, you get your cut, the crew gets their cut. This
I
one,
want to look at Ag.
the hag doesn't have anything.
I want to look at the one that I Eldritch blasted.
The one he has 2 potions of greater healing, one a +1 chain shirt, a +1 rapier, a bag of holding,
Ooh.
Oh.
a +1 cloak of resistance, a +1 ring of protection, a bandolier, a belt pouch, a backpack, and 3,315 gold.
Jeez.
This is where we're going to end it tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome work, everyone. Those of you watching, thanks for watching. Definitely appreciate it. We will be playing next week, and we will take it from there. This is part 1 of the Plunder and Peril.
Whoa.
All right. All of you have a good night, and thanks for watching.